Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to start the course which is based on SAP MM, Materials Management. It is also called as Sourcing and Procurement. So many people, they start practicing the SAP functional module MM on the ITES platform. But so we will start from the scratch and we'll see what are the basics of SAP MM module, which is a functional module, and we'll also see whenever the errors or any troubleshoot happens, how we can actually solve it. So let us learn from the scratch. So let's get into the first unit, that is the organization structure. This is very important part of the SAP functional module. We need to understand what is the organizational structure if you want to understand the business. So in any organized structure, it can be an enterprise, or you can say it is the higher level of the organization structure. Sometimes we call it as a client. Let's see how this actually organization structure looks like. So here is the diagram of the organization structure. So let us start from the topmost level, which is called as enterprise. For example, it can be anything. For example, take an example of, say, Tata Group. So it's a big enterprise, or you can say it's a big company. So under Tata Group, you have many companies and subsidiaries. You have Tata Steel, you have many companies, or you can say many subsidiaries. You can also take Reliance as enterprise, which is also, we can just take an example as a client. Under that, we have many companies or subsidiaries of Reliance. So the first topmost thing is, or you can say the topmost higher level part of this organized structure is known as client. Let's move on a little bit to the next level, that is company code. So in SAP system, or you can say in SAP MM module, whenever we are going to create this organized structure, we are going to refer it as company code. So company code, below the client, it could be one company or two, three, or you can have a multiple companies. Below the company code, you can see you have plants. A company code can have one, or you can say single plant, or it can have a multiple plants. Then each and every plant will be having storage locations, or you can say these factories or these plants will definitely have the stores where we can store the goods. So these plants can have only one storage location, or it can have multiple storage locations. So this slide gives you very simple and overview of the organization structure. So these terms, client, company code, plant, storage location, we are going to use it many times while implementing a project in SAP. So in this case, the client, which is exactly at the topmost level, it will be having its own master data. It will be having set of tables, because SAP has many tables it works on that. Then the company code, which is actually below the client, it will be having its own general ledgers, transaction records, profit and loss balance sheets, etc. will be maintained at this level. Below that, which is plant, which is shown in this structure, it's where the materials are going to be manufactured, or you can say the goods or services these are going to be provided. The material management module, actually the major work starts from the plant area, where we need to procure the materials. And there are many other departments, or you can say organizations, such as sales, which will look after the goods and services sales distribution. Then you have a purchase organizations, which will be looking after the purchasing of the materials and services. Storage locations, where the materials will be stored. Physical inventory activities will be carried out. Now let's move on to the next slide. So let us take a scenario 1. As I said, there will be purchasing organization in each and every company, or you can say the client, because client is the highest level. Below that client you have a company code, and then you have the plant. So we will be having the purchase organizations. So you can have multiple purchase organizations, or you can have one purchase organization, or you can have a centralized purchase organizations. So in this first scenario 1, which is the plant's specific purchasing, so here you can see the purchasing organizations are shown. For example, here you have purchase org 1, which is only responsible for purchasing for plant 1, and you have purchase organization 2, who is only responsible for plant 2. So purchase organization 1 can't procure the materials for plant 2. Similarly, the purchase organization 2 can't procure any materials for plant 1. So it's a simple and straightforward. So it's a plant specific purchasing. So purchase organization 1 is only going to purchase for plant 1. This you need to configure in the SAP module. Don't worry, I am going to show it hands-on about these different scenarios. Let's go for the next scenario. You have a cross plant purchasing. So as the name suggests, now the purchase group, or you can say purchase organization, can purchase for plant 1 and plant 2. So here you have the organized structure. You have two company codes. Under the company code 1, you have purchase organization 1, who is responsible for plant 1 and plant 2 purchasing activities. Similarly, you have company code 2. So purchase organization C is responsible for its own plant, which is plant 3. So here it's a cross plant purchasing. Scenario 3 is a cross company code purchasing. So as the name suggests, in the previous two scenarios, the purchase organization were only restricted to its company code only. Now in this case, there is no restrictions. The purchase organization 1 can procure the materials or services for plant 1, plant 2 and plant 3. In order to work this, we have to configure this in the SAP MM module. This we are going to see this when we are going to do hands-on. So the most important thing is the purchase organization one should not be assigned to any company code in order to perform the cross company code purchasing. Only you should assign it to plants. Then we have the reference purchasing organization. This is the last scenario. So this reference purchase organization, which is shown in the pink color, it's like a centralized purchasing organization. And you have the purchase org 1, purchase org 2, purchase org 3, just like you have a sub purchase organizations. So these are going to purchase the material with reference to the bigger, which is the pink color, which is shown in that. It's a centralized purchase organizations with reference to that. So that's why it's called as a reference purchase organization. Alright guys, now I suggest you to read some materials on the organized structure. Make yourself familiar with the terms which we are going to frequently use in the SAP MM module. And I would like to inform you that please prepare a mock organizing structure so that you can implement it in the project. So guys, please subscribe to my channel and motivate me for keep going. Thank you.